Yeah, I'll set this up. I gotta change the YouTube channel so it sees us. Well, congratulations and welcome to the Javier Mendez podcast. So, Javier, how's it feel? I know you were expecting an easy win for Islam. Was it as easy or faster than you anticipated?
Um, I don't really know if it was easier or faster than I expected, because I expected either fast finish or a very dominant, you know, 3 round war. I never expect a early finish, but I do expect, when they're that good like Islam is, I do expect a 3 round war. And then his favorite, big giant favorite for him. I definitely did predict that. But fast finish, I never really like predicting fast finishes. But yeah, I'm not surprised, but I didn't predict that. No.
I mean, Islam didn't even break a sweat. That was like it was like academic. I was like, "What's this?" He's just one, two, three. Here he is, and I go, "Wow, yeah, about as easy as well." Knowing Islam is different for me. Seeing him, filming and being around you. So you were pleasantly surprised. You're like, "Oh, now I can relax and watch the fights." I mean, you had
Um,
three guys on the card, right? You had a tough
yeah,
fight with
3 guys on the
Zuba.
cards. Yeah, the first one was Tahir, and yeah. Well, to go back to what you're talking about, Islam.
Hmm.
I wasn't concerned at all. I've been involved so many fights. I don't get nervous anymore. I don't get anything. This didn't affect me whatsoever. Habib was going crazy, like because he cares so much and he's learning how to relax, and so he's getting so good at cornering, but he still needs for the nerves to go away. Man, it took me 20, 30 something years for the nerves to go away, being in the corner. It's a long process. It's a long process because you care so much about your fighters, and the unfortunate truth about fighting is there's only one winner, and there's only two people fighting. So somebody's got to lose, and you're not going to win them all. Though Habib, so far cornering in the corner, him working the corners, I believe he might be like 15 or 16-0 this year.
Yeah,
So if he does not get Coach of the Year, man, I don't know who should. But anyways, and regards to that, well, Tahir was our first fighter. He was the very first fight off the block. I've been working with him, about a month plus, and man, he's really enjoyable to train. He's really hungry to learn, and he looked like a killer in the gym, sparring and everything. So I was, expecting a great performance from him, and we didn't get that. What we got was a subpar performance. But the great thing about it is that he still won. He still won 2 rounds to one, and when you can win when you're not giving it your best or your best performance doesn't show, and you still win, that's a great sign. That's a great sign because that means you want to win, and he did win.
well, Tahir had a big challenge. He had a guy that wasn't really well known. There was not a lot of tape on him, I guess, and and he was like he seemed like a seasoned veteran. He seemed like he'd been around, like like Tahir was fighting up almost. Just an observation as a fan. That guy was very well prepared.
Very slick in submissions. He was good everywhere. The guy was very good everywhere. He was no slouch, but like I said, that wasn't the best to hear. All of us that knew him, we were like, "What the heck's going on here?" That was not him. It's not him at all.
I mean,
And
I was watching the rookie throwing John Jones kicks. Those inside angled, kind
yeah,
of like towards the
yeah,
shins and all that stuff, the knee
yeah,
taps. I was like,
yeah.
well, never seen this guy before. He's acting like he's been here. So I don't know. What about
Yeah, good
Zubaira's fight? That
experience.
was that was rough, huh?
Well, the Zubaira fight, going into the fight, was the big concern was when I was in Dagestan and I got COVID. He pulled the groin muscle, so he wasn't able to train. Like I think from like September 22nd until when I got out there, he wasn't able to train at all. And so he didn't get to spar from that point on up. All he could do was try to rehab his groin, do cardio, and do submit work with me when he was able to. He didn't get that much work in like you would think. And my biggest concern going into the fight was his groin. you know, because the injury would it hold out? I wasn't sure. So, you know, the whole plan was to use his wrestling because he was a much better wrestler than this guy. But the guy was a real good striker, and I didn't want to risk that because, you know, Zubaira is not known for being a great striker. He's known for being okay, and his conditioning has been, you know, suspect, you know. And in this particular fight, Khabib and I have been working on him on his mental preparation and does he really want this? If he really wants this, he has to go out and do the work, you know. And you know, he in training outside of the injury, everything else was fantastic on him. Before the injury, he was killing everybody in sparring, killing everybody, just destroying them. And I was going, man, people are going to really shock when they see him. They're going to see the brand new Zubaira coming out. And then come the fight, we did see a brand new Zubaira, but we didn't see the Zubaira I saw. We saw another Zubaira that was actually very impressive on the stand-up, very impressive, very confident. And we also saw Zubaira. There was a warrior like no warrior. I mean, he got hit with some shots, and he said, "Let's go, keep coming." You know, he was doing great. That whole first round, he was really doing great, not being touched very much at all. But that spinning back elbow, man, wow, that was a hell of a shot. You know,
Yeah,
and
had him lightly, well, not lightly,
lightly
quite
wobbled.
wobbled.
He was lightly
Right.
wobbled. He was lightly wobbled, and he weathered the storm. And you know, the guy comes out in the second round, good, really, really good, and he probably edged that round out, and maybe not, but I thought he kind of did. You know, but it was a close round. But we definitely needed to win the third round, and I was imploring Zubaira to you know go father's plan, no father's plan. And I was thinking, what in my mind, I'm going, what's going on? And Habib's going crazy. You know, I'm trying to calm him down. He's like, ah! I said, he was spent, man. After Zubaira, he was spent. He didn't have no more energy for Islam, and you know, and it was great because he didn't need anything. Islam was ready to go, firing all cylinders. But Zubaira was like freaking him out. And with me, you know, I can't say he was freaking me out. I was just wondering why he was not following the plan that we asked him to do. But at the same time, I was very happy with his performance because he wasn't running out of you know conditioning. I kept telling him to stay relaxed, and focused, and he did that, man. He did that in spades. I mean, what a warrior! He came out and fought. His opponent was a warrior, also, hell of a warrior. And so, anyways, the fight finishes, and I thought we won. You know, worst case 2-1, best case 3-0. So, but it was 2-1. And but one judge saw it the other way. I don't know how, but regardless, I mean, you know, I thought we won 2-1. Then we're back in the changing rooms where we were, and then Zubaira comes back after being checked by the doctors because we had to get back for Islam. So Zubaira comes back in, and he's limping really bad, and I'm like, what the hell? What's wrong? And yeah, he had a giant size golf ball growing on his leg, popped out. His leg, his groin ripped in
Oh, wow.
the first minute of the round. That's why he wasn't shooting. That's why he couldn't shoot.
Almost
And
like a
that's
mouse, like a muscle that's sticking out like a
oh
bubble.
no, it's out. No, it's not like
Yeah,
a thumb. It's like a freaking big time.
right.
Actually, half a
Like
baseball out,
a hematoma between the legs.
bro.
Yeah.
And that's why he
Wow.
couldn't wrestle. He couldn't do nothing. That's why he wouldn't wrestle. He couldn't. You know. And when I found that out, I went, "Oh wow." That just he didn't tell us. He didn't tell us. He didn't tell Habib. He didn't tell me. You know, and I just talked to him today. We were actually meeting the king of UAE. You can understand why people love the king. He's wow. Well, all I
Big
can say.
MMA fan. Big MMA fan and
He's just a
supporter.
great man. He's a great man. Period. You know, and yeah, he told Zubaira too. He said you're a warrior, and also Abdumanam, his top security staff, I call him the big boss. He also called the Zubaira and said, "Man, you're a warrior. Love your warrior spirit." You know, and yeah, it was unbelievable. Uh, Zubaira, man, hands down, my biggest joy knowing what he had to overcome. Before I was very happy with his performance, but I wanted him to follow the instructions, you know, at least try. And he didn't appear to really try, but now I know why. I'm surprised he even won, to be honest with you, with that kind of injury. And I mean, there's no doubt he won that fight, but to be able to go through that. That's Habib level stuff. When Habib says to me, "Coach, my toe may be broken, but my mental is not." That's a Zubaira moment. And like I've said before that happened, I go, those people that are expecting the old Zubaira, watch out. This is a different Zubaira. And now he showed it. Even though he was injured as badly as he was, he still showed it. He still showed that he's still someone to be reckoned with, just like that as an injured individual. So we'll see what's going to happen, how motivated he stays, how the next fight goes for him. But I'm anticipating if he stays focused and hungry like he has, and finally, realizes his great potential, then we'll see more victories.
It's interesting. It's like I'm watching this guy. He's boxing. I'm like, that's a wrestler. Why is he boxing? I go, but he's doing good. When I was watching Zubaira, right? I mean, we're talking more about Zubaira and Tahir because they had longer fights. Islam was instant. It was like 1, 2, 3, 2-minute fight.
Islam did what Islam does best: destroyed you. I mean, that's Islam. I mean, that's not a surprise to me. But I wasn't expecting it. But it was no surprise. Wasn't expecting it, and I didn't put it in his head. You better finish him in the first round. No, I said, hey, we're going 3 rounds. If the submission or the knockout comes, no problem. But we're not looking for it. Islam's so well trained from all his coaches. He's got a great Taekwondo world champion coach. This a coach for the Olympic team, and a safe. He's an incredible guy. Had the guys running all these nice drills and great motivational, great team. Bonding, drills. They were really fun, entertaining, fun to watch, and but what a great coach he is. So Islam's got Habib, he's got me, he's got Safe, all these coaches that are helping him out, and it's unbelievable, the discipline and all the things. He also has a strength and conditioning coach in Dagestan too that works with him. So Islam's the whole package. He's the whole package. If you're going to beat Islam, you're going to have to knock him out, or you're going to have to hurt him somehow or another, but you're not going to outpoint him. It's not going to happen. I don't see any of those guys outpointing Islam. It's not going to happen.
I want to bring something up. So apparently there was like a little beef between, Gaethje didn't like that Daniel was, DC was pointing out that, hey, Islam should be going for the fight, and he's up there. And, everybody's trying to get to that dollar bill, and like they're all competing. It's like a stock. Like, I want to get at the big players table, which is the title fight, right?
Yeah.
But I do see Islam being deserving. I see where Gaethje is like, he doesn't want another Habib type fighter coming in and, no, let me get to the payday first. You know what I mean? So some of the comments, he didn't like that he jumped. He's not fully disrespectful like, Connor and people like that have been in the past.
Gaethje's a true warrior, and
he is. He'd fight if he.
With all due respect, Gaethje's a good guy, man. And hey, look, listen,
right.
You got to make your best pitch, and he's making his pitch, and he's gonna let his fists and his feet and everything do the action when he gets into the cage. Gaethje's a great guy. He's a great competitor, and I don't. What he said, like, hey, he said, hey, don't. I'm running for president too. Don't count me out, there's nothing but respect for that guy. Nothing but respect. And if
same management, right?
He gets the shot. To me, that's the way I look at it. But nothing but respect for you're gonna get me saying anything negative about him. Nothing but respectful towards that guy. He's a warrior. I hope we get it, and based on his performance and based on the fact that he hasn't had a title shot and all the other guys have, hopefully they'll see it that it should go to him. But remember this, it comes down to not who's deserving of it. It's going to come down to eyeballs to the screen. So the UFC
numbers
does their research, and they're going to say, okay, let's say Gaethje wins in impressive fashion.
Right.
And they're going to go, okay, what the people going to pay for more? What's going to make the most money? If it's Gaethje, it's Gaethje. If it's Islam, it's Islam. If it's a Chandler, it's Chandler. Though I seriously doubt it would be Chandler, only because he had a title shot, already. So I don't see how he would get another title shot unless he dispatches of Gaethje, which I guess it could happen. It could happen. It could. Those guys are all warriors. They're all top level fighters. And for me to say it ain't gonna happen, that's stupid. Then look what happens. things that you don't think are going to happen happen. You know, who would have picked Glover to win the light heavyweight title? Who would have picked it? I was
The
not.
pitmaster would have picked it about 15 years ago.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have favored him, and look what happens. I didn't see the fight, but I heard he did fantastic right from the get go. I heard he killed him right from the get go, and then of course the Polish, he says that, hey, I'm not done. I'm going to get back up and come back, and and that's very admirable because that shows he's a true champ too. So well, let's see, right? Let's see what happens.
It's kind of interesting. I see. I sent you that clip. Did you get that clip I sent you? I filmed Glover before he could even get into fight, and this is a guy that was on the track in his 20s when I filmed him. Now he's in his 40s fighting for the title. That's how long ago.
Yeah, well, I remember him when he didn't have any fights, when he was such a big threat, and nobody wanted to fight him, and he couldn't actually. I'm sorry, he couldn't fight because he didn't have a visa. So he was here, but he didn't have a fight visa, so he wasn't able to fight. And
he couldn't fight on UFC. He could fight on Indian reservations.
Yes,
and that was it.
Yeah,
right?
That was it. That was it. And then he got his paperwork all straightened out, done right, and then he went on a little tear. But it took a lot of years, bro. It took a lot of years from him. So he lost a lot of years to the inability to get his situation handled correctly. How it happened, what happened, I don't know. I do know that it prevented him from, amassing a great record in the earlier career. I do know that. And it was due to him not being able to get the right visa.
That's the crazy thing, because here I am watching the guy. People, Chuck Liddell was the champ around that time. People were saying this guy gives Chuck trouble, but they're sparring partners. And then you see that he's fighting on these reservations because he can't get in the UFC. And here's a guy being held out for 7, 8, 9, 10 years and still follows through to get to the belt. So that's a beautiful story.
No,
a lot of people don't know it,
All the way, yeah. Cinderella story all the way, and it couldn't happen to a greater guy too. I don't know him, but I've been around him, and I hear nothing but good things coming out of that guy. And his coach, Hackelman, and the other coaches he's had, the boxing coach. I don't know them, but I know Hackelman, and I can vouch for Hackelman. He's a great guy, and I'm so happy for him. Very, very happy for him. He's just a martial artist. John Hackelman is just nothing but a true martial artist.
Second light heavyweight champ for Hackelman. Chuck and him.
Yeah.
Pretty nice setup there.
Yeah.
So you have more fights coming up with UAE promotions and so forth?
No, at the present time, no. We're probably going to be doing. I have Eagle Fighting Championships. We'll be fighting in Moscow on December 10th, and then we're going to. I want to say it's one of the stand countries. It's like not
Kazakhstan or Tajikistan.
Kazakhstan. It's Kazakhstan. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go to Kazakhstan December 16th. There, I'm going to have two of my fighters actually on that. I'm going to have Mohammed. Who fought, and then I have Soslan, one of my other fighters from AK. They'll be fighting on that card, and then we'll have other fighters, Team Eagle, fighting on there too. Some of the Khabib's guys, and of course other people. It should be a good time.
So for here, it's like a little time off, a little regrouping, or is there a camp you're jumping right into?
No, right now I'm jumping into the business camp.
Business camp? Let's go business.
I'm doing called business. I'm doing different things. Getting close to launching a clothing line that's coming out real soon. Also, I'm doing a import-export business that's coming out that's actually in process now. And I'm here in Dubai and Abu Dhabi looking to get my visa, which helps speed the process up. So I'll be doing import-export business here. And also clothing lines coming real soon, and a few other projects are coming too. In Dubai, I have no choice but to work because work comes my way. When I'm in San Jose, it's like
everybody's too busy working at Google.
The couch is telling me, "Come watch Netflix. Come watch this. Come watch that." There's no business coming my way, but it seems every time I come to Dubai and Abu Dhabi, it's friendship and business, all tied up in one, and great friendship and the great opportunities are coming with it.
That's pretty cool, Hav. What is this website you sent me the other day? I guess we'll have to get a referral link for it later. Did you look much into it? I saw it had to do with crypto, MMA on.
Yeah, that's MMA on, and I joined them. I'm on the advisory board, and it's where fans can get interactive with the up and coming fighters. They can wage bets amongst their friends. They can actually even tip the fighters. They're gonna be able to tip a fighter. Like, if, let's say, you and I, we make a bet and we bet someone fighter against someone fighter, and then the fighter that we chose wins, and we feel good about it. Well, yeah, whatever, and we go online, and we want to give him a buck. Here you go, for a buck for having me win. Here you go. Here's a buck. And it goes directly to the fighter. It's pretty cool. So for a lot of up and coming struggling fighters, this is something that's a great tool, because now people that love you and want to support you can go out and give you a buck here, 50 cents here, $2, who knows? Even a penny. If a million people give you a penny, how much is that, right? So
That's cool, though. I mean, no, fighters need that support.
It's a great concept. Fans get to be interactive with their favorite guys, up and coming guys, and they'll be, it's just started, it's just launching, so it's not like in its final stages. It's in its beginning stages. So now's the time to get on board, and for those that are looking to get into something that's very like the penny stock, this is a good one to get into, because it's going to grow. It's going to grow. I see this, I think it's about 10 cents or something right now, or somewhere in that neighborhood. I see this going to, oh, wait a minute. Is it 10 cents? No, it's not 10 cents.
I don't think it is. I was looking at it today. It's
low.
still in the
I don't think it's 10 cents.
low.
I see it. I see this going up there. I see this hitting a buck plus, who knows when, but it's a good one. It's a good one, because it keeps the fans in active and having fun, because they get to be interactive with their fighter. They can talk to their fighter, blah blah blah, the whole bit. Communicate with them. Hey, here, bro, you made me win. You win me some money. Boom, here you go, or et cetera, et cetera. So it's like an Instagram, Facebook for fighters and fans.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think you're a big crypto advocate. I mean, a lot of people don't know that about you. I do. There's probably a lot of guys here that love crypto. It's becoming so popular based on the market. You could tell how many people love crypto. They're voting for it with their money, right?
Well, hey, listen to crypto, okay? I got involved in crypto about a year and a half ago, and about 8 months ago or something like that, I bought Shiba, Inu coin, Shiba Inu coin, because it was cheap, and I'm going, and I said, I can see it like Dewey coin, right? Doogie coin, the doggy coin, what's it called? Dogecoin? One of those, right?
Dogecoin.
Dogecoin. Okay, Dogecoin hit the moon for a lot of people. That sucker skyrocketed, went up to like 60 something cents, and it dropped down. Now it's about, I don't know, 29, 30 cents, somewhere in the neighborhood. But anyways, it jumped up. So I looked at Shiba is the next one that's going to skyrocket. So I put in some money into that. And the funny thing is, every time I put money into it, it went down. I'm going to buy more shares. It's going to go up. Oh, it went down, and I did it 5 times. I bought 5 times. Every time I bought, it went down. So I'm like, this sucks. So I'm thinking, I'm still having hopes in it. I'm going, no, it's gonna go. It's gonna go. It's gonna go. I'm not positive it's gonna go. I believe it. I'm the Shiba army. I'm in Shiba army. So I'm involved in it. But the one thing that I didn't pay attention to, and I should have, is the amount of coins that are out there. 395 trillion, 700 billion, X amount million coins.
Right.
And if you look at a Dogecoin, it's like 131 billion. Wow.
Yeah. What are the odds?
And then so the guys are talking to me about Shiba, about how it's not going to do it. It's not going to go. There's no way, blah, blah, blah. So I don't know how to get on there and do stuff. So I did my stuff, and next thing you know, I was going to sell it. And lo and behold, I said, I'll just keep it one day. Next thing you know, it goes up 7 times what I was into it for.
I,
Crazy.
I saw the comment that just made put your money on betting on Islam, coach.
Unfortunately, I've never put no money on a fighter ever.
Islam coin? We should
My
get Islam
fighter,
coin.
no fighter, I've never put any money. So
Right?
I don't know. I just I don't know why I don't bet. I should bet. I'm probably better off doing that on our guys since they allow us to, but I just don't do it. Maybe that's when I'll go bad because I'm too worried about the bet that I might.
Superstition? Is
No,
that
not
real?
superstition. Not superstition. It's more. It's more. Will I be concentrating on losing the money more so than I am about the fighter winning or losing? You know what I mean? And I don't know if I want to. I don't want to put myself in that situation. Islam coin.
So you got us some more fighters. You picked up a fighter locally. You're helping with one of the local fighters, UAE
Yeah,
fighters.
Hadi Omar. I picked out Hadi Omar, and yeah, he's from the UAE, and he won his fight. He's 3-0 now, and I actually picked up another fighter from India.
Mm-hmm.
Submit, and he 21 years old. He's got great promise. I haven't seen him yet though, but he was just crazy. You look him on my Instagram. He's doing little jumps where he's grabbing his toes and he jumps over tennis shoes. This kid's a freak of nature, and I haven't seen him do any live stuff, so I don't know that ability there. But I know his freakish ability is there. He's like unbelievable. I seen him. He went to Greece and they did arm wrestling championships,
Mm-hmm.
and he went up with guys that are like double his size. He beat them all.
Oh
He
yeah, I
beat
saw that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, he beat these guys, and he doesn't even know what he's doing. He's just super, super strong. He does the rope climbing when you climb up to the ceiling without using his legs at all, just all arms like this, and he comes back down. He goes back up 7 times,
Yeah.
7 times without touching, without using his legs, only arms, up, down, 7 times. That's some
Crazy strength.
freakish strength, And then I have a video because our top security guy, who I love to death, is from this Polish guy from the UK. He's the best UFC security ever, best guy ever, and he saw him doing the arm wrestling championship, and Slav he's a beast, man. He's a powerful man, and he said he loved the challenge, and he goes, I'm gonna take this kid on. So we filmed it, and we filmed that he was gonna challenge him. Next thing you know, they're going in the back, and he comes back, and he goes, I go, where were you guys? He goes, I had to find out for myself. I go, what do you mean you had to find out for yourself? I had to find out for myself. So what was it? I said, you have to look and see in my video. So I guess he's gonna send me the video of who won, and I'm gonna post it on my Instagram post on who won the arm arm wrestling. But I mean,
How about
he's
Hasbullah?
he's a double his size. Oh, the Hasbullah thing. Oh boy, I blew that one. I'll tell you where I blew that one. They interviewed me yesterday on the Russian media, and they asked me all these questions. The last question was, what do I think about the Hasbullah, and what's the other kid's name? I don't even know his name.
Oh, okay. I have to look it up. I had his
You
name.
don't know either.
Someone
Okay.
tell us in the comments. Hasbullah's opponent.
Yeah, someone tells in the comments. But anyways, I didn't know about it. So the guy asked me what do I think about their beef, and I go, oh, it's just play. They're just play acting. I go, he's a young little kid, nice kid. Everybody's adorable, la la la. But they're just playing, And so I'm with Khabib today and Rizwan, who's the manager of Hasbullah, and I said
Abdu Rozik is his opponent. Yeah.
So I'm with Rizwan and I'm with Khabib today, and I said, hey, so what's the deal with those guys? It's a joke, right? And Rizwan said, no, coach, they hate each other. I go, what? They hate each other? Because yes, they really hate each other. I said, oh man, I feel stupid. I just did an interview where I thought it was just play acting. He goes, no, they don't like each other. I went, darn. And then I'm so man. And then I just looked at Instagram right now where Nogueira, he put a post out there with these two guys going at it, and it did look real. I said, oh crap. It's real. I guess they don't really like each other. I thought it was all play. I thought they were making it up, but no. And Khabib would never lie to me. He goes, those guys don't like each other. Now, will they ever fight? I don't know, but the hate is real. That I do know. So
I think that's why they blocked him on IG and all that stuff because they thought it was child violence. I'm just assuming, and I think that's why they did that. But he's a grown man.
All I know is that I apologize to all my Russian fans that when I said the comment because I thought it was. No one told me. I just assumed, oh, they ain't gonna ever fight. That's a joke. Okay, it's just play acting. It's fun, But no, it's real. So hopefully they don't fight. I don't want to see those guys fight, but I'm sure millions of people would.
Well, Raymond says they want to book it in the octagon. I don't know, man. Dana would catch some. There's people that are against it, and that's what I get the social media. You know what I mean?
Listen. This is just how popular Hasbullah is. I got invited with Khabib and Zubaira in Islam and Rizvan, the manager, to go visit the king. Which nobody gets invited to that. Only certain people. And when we were there, one of the basically royalty princess says, "Hey, where's Hasbullah? How come he's not with you guys?" That's what happens all the time. Everybody's always talking about Hasbullah. People say, "Coach, when you come back, bring Hasbullah with you. Otherwise, don't come home." I'm like, God.
It's not like Hasbullah's with you. You're with Hasbullah now.
Yeah,
you're part of his. You're part of his entourage now. All of you.
I've only met the kid 3 times, but now all of a sudden I got to bring him with me. And then I've had people like Hans Mellencamp from Monster. He tells me, "Hey, can you have that little dude say hello to me?" I said, "Okay," so I did. But then as soon as he tells me, other people are telling me.
Oh gosh.
So I don't. And you know what? When you're around that Hasbullah, everybody's coming to him. They all want to hug him. They all want to. Man, the poor guy is like, oh, he's so fed up, and they're all picking him up. And man, I would not want to be in his shoes with all that attention he gets. Oh boy, does he get a lot of attention? Unbelievable.
Is it like, stop cuddling me already? I'm grown up, but I'm small, right? I mean,
yeah. And I mean, he even did a commercial with
the chef.
Barack. He did that with Barack, the famous chef Barack. He did a skit with him, and it's on Barack's Instagram page, and I actually did it on my 24-hour story. And I was told that Hasbullah was there till like 7 a.m. in the morning doing that drill with the onion cutting and put it on the chef hat and the whole bit. And it was pretty cool if you look at it. It's got the big giant pans, turning them over, and Hasbullah's got the little pan, turning it over. I mean, when you're around him, you can see why they love to be around him. But then you can also see why he gets irritated too. Because
he's actually irritated, but some people think, he's just being funny, but he's actually irritated.
No, he's actually irritated because this app is too much.
You got to that level. You kind of watched him because I saw you had good rapport with him in your first videos that we put on the channel. I mean, you kind of like you were like watching to see, getting a read on him, right?
And even on this one, when I saw him yesterday, when he came in yesterday, I treated him just like a young man. I just say, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" It's like I didn't. See, everybody grabs him. Even Daniel Cormier's doing the play thing with him, and
they can't help themselves.
Yeah,
right.
Well, yeah, because they can't. Even when the first time I did it too. But I kept it to a limit because I saw that he's like, "Hey, leave me alone," So I did. But a lot of people don't give him that respect of leaving him alone. Whereas I saw it and I said, "Okay, I'll leave him alone," And this time around, I even did more so because he wants to be respected. Don't get me wrong. He loves the attention, but he
at a balance, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody thinks they want to be famous until it's flashing lights and everybody, hey, I want a piece of you. Like goes back his days,
Yeah.
Did you see DC punch Hasbullah? I mean, Hasbullah punched DC in the face. DC did not punch Hasbullah.
I mentioned that earlier that a lot of people he actually got him. I mean, there's so many things we could talk about the kid. He's he's a novelty that people. I mean, come on, how many times we see somebody proportioned like that? And the other kid is like him too. I mean, not often. the sad thing
Abdu, yeah,
makes me sad is that I heard that they usually don't last past 30 years of age. And that's
yeah.
sad. That's sad. That's
It's a
sad.
condition, like I guess the you don't have your full growth hormone or a shortening of it or how it's delivered to your body or something like that.
I don't
I'm
know.
not sure exactly what it is, but I think
I just know that they told me that the lifespan is about 30 years.
yeah,
That's sad.
my friend's son had to take a lot of growth hormone growing up because he wouldn't get any taller and he was staying that small size. And it worked, but he didn't get very tall in the end either, but just barely, like 5'3". You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. What
So,
about fights though, huh? I mean,
great
that
fights. What about, oh,
that
we didn't talk about Hasmat. Gosh, that was just,
Maya was a beast, man. He delivered, he delivered, a lot of people delivered. What a fight card. Unbelievable fight card. You cannot tell me this was not a great fight card. It might very well be the most entertaining fight card of the year. If you look at it entertainment wise, competition wise, Zubaira's fight was killer. Tahir's fight was competitive. What about that one fight where the guy was taking all that punishment?
oh, the
That
special forces guy against the
wow.
Brazilian. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and what
the ref, they pulled the ref from the car. The ref's like, I must not see heartbeat or something. I don't know what he was thinking, but he
I don't
let it
know.
like he's like,
I was
unless I
still
see him not moving at all, it's then the fight's not over. I don't know what he
I
was
was
thinking.
still fighting. And what about the other fight between the two Russian guys? And the guy was grabbing the fence and the ref put him in a bad position,
Yeah,
gave favorable position, so he took him down. Then he smashed him, and then we're going into the third round. That was competitive as heck. Both of those guys went to war. The girls' fight was entertaining. I mean, look at the Peter Yan and Sandgate. Man, come on, man. What a
yeah.
great fight. I mean, the card was stacked, bro.
You're
It
like
was
half coach, 90% fan, 10% coach. You did your coach work. Now you get
this
back
was
to being a fan,
unbelievable.
right?
It was an unbelievable fight card. It was a great fight card, entertaining. It might very well be one of the better cards this year, if not the best card this year. Definitely one of them. I'm gonna go on the limb and say it's the best fight card this year so far.
Somebody's asking, that's a good question. Khamzat versus Kamaru Usman, who wins?
Well, Hamzat won't fight Kamara right now. I don't think they'd entertain that, and so you pick it. I don't know. I can tell you that isn't going to happen right now. I can tell you maybe 3 more wins, and then we can see that fight happening. So he's got to, on regardless how talented you are, and he's super super talented. You
Super.
don't want to push him too fast. You want to slow the next step, like go like maybe Neil Magny or something like that, or someone of that real tough nature. See how he does with him. What if he doesn't get past the Neil Magny? Then what? Then you're talking about Kamaru, and when let's see him get past someone like Magny, and then let's see him go another level. Um, can he do it? I think so. Can it be Kamaru? I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't know. The champ is so well rounded. Great wrestling, great striking, great submission. Not great submissions, but good submissions. And great fight IQ. Solid chin. I mean, he's got everything. The champ's got everything. And on top of that, think about this. Build that fight, build that fight, build that fight. That fight will be a monster.
Yeah, it's like you get a couple more looks. Right now, remember when Johnny Walker was climbing the ranks, the light heavyweight? Looked
Yep.
like he could just run through anybody, right?
Yep.
And then boom, not looking as great last few fights. Like he hurt his shoulder that one time and then it kind
Yeah.
of capitulated,
Yeah.
right?
Well, he started falling apart a little bit. Chimaev, I seriously doubt he's going to fall apart. I mean, I've seen him train. He's a beast. And I've seen him train after COVID. After COVID, because he was training with us, in Vegas when we were together as a team. He was there, part of the management. So he trained with us, and I've seen how good he is. He's really, really good. So doesn't shock me him doing what he did. It's not going to shock me what he's going to be doing. But what will shock me is if they offer him a title shot and he accepts. That would be foolish. I wouldn't do it.
Right.
Why do it now when you can just keep getting more
Make money. Make
yeah,
money. 30-second
but
fights.
well, maybe 30-second fights, maybe not, because in someone like Neil
Right.
Magny, maybe you don't get by him. Then all
Right.
the hype gets blown away. I'm not saying he's hype. I don't think he is, but I'm just saying he hasn't fought tougher competition, and Magny's one of them. So let's see what he does. If it destroys him, then okay. Then you still got to go the next step, and the next step. All it takes is one good shot, one missed move, and you're checkmated in this game against the top level people. And that's what happens here. Like for instance, in that one situation where the ref screwed up, the fighter grabbed the cage, and then the ref put him in a bad position where the guy was able to be taken down. And look what happened. Things changed. The guy that was that held onto the cage, now he was at a big disadvantage, and he was doing so good until that point. So there's one mishap. I've seen other situations where people are doing too much training. They go out and they go into the fight and they're burned out, and then boom, they're gone.
It's interesting. I think Hasbullah continues, and he did get the most views, out of everybody on the card, the most following, because he's had a very interesting year, back-to-back fights, crazy fast victories, become a fan favorite, right?
Yeah,
He's on his way.
He's on his way. He's on his way. He's on his way. He's a hell of an athlete. He's hella confident, and hella skilled. He's really skilled, and he's on his way. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, can he fight for a title? I'm thinking probably yes. Will he win it against the champ? I don't know.
Champ's pretty good. You can't put the champ compare him to some of the competition he's had so far. They're not the same thing.
You can't compare the champ at this stage because he's so far ahead. He's defended the title. He's smashed people. Champ's smashing people. So
you need more data. You need to watch the champ's next fight. You need to watch Hasbullah's next fight. They're not quite there yet. You could just say, "Yeah, I think he could beat him," and then you'll look silly, like if you were picking somebody.
Let's see what the champ does against Kobe. Right? Kobe. Let's see what it does with Kobe. Let's see if Kobe gives him a tougher fight or it becomes an easier fight. My thinking is this is not as tough a fight for him as the first fight, but this is the thing. I'm a fan here. You guys got to remember this. I'm a fan here. I'm not in their corners watching them train, so I don't know. So my opinion means absolutely nothing, reality-wise, because you guys have seen before when I thought Israel Adesanya was going to win and he didn't, and I really was confident he was win. So there goes my decision, professionalism out the door, So I'm not that. But if I trained them and I saw them day in day out, then my assessment would be more valid. But because I don't know these guys, like that, I have seen Kamaru train, and I've seen how good he is, but I don't see Kobe, so I don't know. He might be a hell of a lot better than I think.
Right.
People
can change.
As a fan, I see Kamaru having the edge.
What is this? Anything to share about S&K Sports Holding, Coach? Are those friends of yours, or is that the people that always do the news on us?
I don't know.
I think they put out our clips from our videos all the time. Always get us more views and stuff.
Oh yeah, S&K, yeah. I think they're involved somehow. This is a brand new thing with the crypto thing. I think they're involved.
Okay.
I got to get more information on this. This has all hit me like a big whirlwind, and
right.
And the reason why I signed on board is because they're giving back to the fighters. This is a program for some young up and coming fighters and fans that really like these particular fighters can help them out. Rather than these fighters have to do those hard jobs, labor jobs, and security all late night, staying up this and that. So this is one of those situations where you can actually watch a fighter and help a fighter achieve that goal versus having to do that job where it won't never enable them. So there's a bunch of fighters that probably never made it because their jobs held them back. They had to make a living, and know what it was paying their bills.
That's true.
Like it's
Work.
like a waiter, right? You're a waiter. You're serving all this food to all these people, and you're in a country where they don't tip. So every so often you can tip, but they don't tip. So every so often someone's going to tip the waiter because he did a good job. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing with the fighter. You know, if the fighter does a good job, then you don't have to tip him. But guess what? You know what? I want some money on you. The food was great. I'll give you a 50-cent tip or $1.50 or $2 or whatever. You know, and that's the beauty about this. It's interactive.
It doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't hurt, and you don't have to do it, but you can interact with them, and it's for fighters and fans.
90% plus of them are not rich, and they are hand-to-mouth working a second
much
job
higher than that.
and fighting. 99% of them are not rich, really, let's be honest. Globally,
Probably, yeah.
all MMA. So if you find one that you love and support, a couple of dollars here and there probably is a world of
The
change
only way
for
to
them.
support is you got to go. It's by crypto.
And they don't have to make up some GoFundMe thing. My
no,
car
no,
blew
no,
up.
no.
I need a friend.
Go buy crypto and go MMA on.
Yeah.
No, and then
If there's a promo code that you get from there, you send to me. I'll put it in the description later.
I guess they're gonna send me a promo code when they do. I'm
Tell
gonna
them
put
to.
it on my 24-hour feed.
We'll put it in here too.
Yeah, we'll put it here, and then people can get involved. And the stock goes up, goes down. Boom! I've seen it go up, and I've seen it go down. Like anything, you know, yeah.
So we've had a great podcast today. We didn't answer a whole ton of questions, but nothing to think of. You're just waiting for Islam's next match to see who that is, and that's what plays out between the next two fights, right?
We're the Team Eagle, Team AKA is we're starting back up in January in California training camp for my time is going to be split half the time in the U.S., half the time overseas because of the way they're situated. So I've been gone since October 30th? No, August 30th. And I probably won't be back till end of December or January. And then I'll be home until probably June, July, the same, and then I'll be back over here again because that's the way the fights are working. So that's what's up. I'll be doing back and forth.
That's pretty cool. You're loving it. You're there for a while. Good weather.
Your shirt.
Your website was the AKA Kickbox.
We have AKA Kickbox, right? They have like the shirt I'm wearing. You can get that on there. They have the Teespring. You can get on Teespring.
AKA kickboxing.com. I think that's what it. Let me double check the domain. That's
AKA kickbox.com. AKA kickbox.com.
Kickbox. Yeah.
Yeah, not kickbox. Kickbox. AKA Kickbox.
Yeah, you can buy the shirts on there, as long as you're in the States.
But what's that? Doesn't it send you to a Teespring or something like that?
It does. That's another thing. While we're just talking open to our fans, because it's stuff for you guys, anyways. For the people that support Hav and his team, we got to find a way. Anybody has a good suggestion so we can sell AKA shirts? I guess for your import export business somewhere. Link up with somebody while you're in Dubai so you can help that that side of the world. They want the shirts too, and it's just a matter of logistics because I think some places it's hard to send through American mail or vice versa. Like Teespring and them only stay in the States. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You're like, thanks for the business, Len. Thanks for putting me out there. It's crazy, but Hav, we're just gonna get some rest and relax next week, or business.
No, it's business. No rest. Business.
No rest. Any good shows?
No. I haven't been watching. I've been busy. Like right now, I got to take off in about 10 minutes.
Catch up on Netflix?
Nope. When I get home,
right?
Hopefully a lot of good shows, but not right now.
Well, congratulations, man. I'm going to wrap it up so you can get to your appointments and the things that you're doing. Thank you for coming on here live. And thank you for everybody listening. It's been another wonderful show, and we'll see you soon.